Hey everybody, what's going on? This is TwoHeadedFlounder. Welcome back to some more TCGO. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at a Blastoise box deck. I say that very unenthusiastically though, because this is just a deck I threw together. I originally wanted to make Palkia-Blastoise, but I only saw I had one, so I was like, what else do we got? I'm like, oh, we got a Lapras, nice. Oh, we got a Wishy-Washy-GX, very nice. Snorlax, ooh, that can pair well. So it's a random deck that I just threw together, and we're gonna see if it works or not. So I like these videos a lot just because it's a bunch of stupid stuff I threw together, and we're gonna see if it can win. And I think to me that's the most appealing part of playing card games. So I don't know, I'm excited for this one. I really am. So Blastoise is a new card from Team Up, 160 HP on stage 2. Very nice, very good ability, decent attack. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, attach any number of water energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Of course, if we have more, we're going to be able to stack that. And then Hydro Tackle does 150 damage. You will do 30 damage to yourself, but with the 160 HP, doing 30 to ourselves leaves us with 130. So we're actually out of knockout range from quite a few Pokemon, surprisingly. So that's actually really good. We have a Wartortle, just to help us evolve if we need to be, but Wartortle, I guess, does 70 damage if there's a takeaway from that at all. We are playing this Squirtle. So, there is a Squirtle in this set that has 70 HP, and that, you know, there's definitely something to be said that 70 HP is probably a lot better than 50. But this one has an ability that will give us free retreat, and it pairs super well with Brooklet Hill. So the idea here is that turn 1 will have led off with Squirtle because there's 4 of them in the deck, and everything else besides Articuno is a one-off, so there's a likely chance of that. And, you know, we'll get free retreat. We can grab the Articuno, free retreat into the Articuno. They can't touch our Squirtle. So that's why we're playing the 50 HP one. Probably going to get sniped a lot easier, but I think it might be worth it, especially if we're playing and evolving them right away. We are playing a copy of Shining Volcanion. So this one's a weird one. I was thinking, we're playing a deck that's not very good against Lost March. How do we win against Lost March? I said, well, I know Volcanion Prism does sniping stuff. That's probably pretty good. Why not look at that? So I was like, I mean, 20 to everything in Lost March is pretty good. That's how Coco wins against it. But once Volcanion Prism dies, and it's going to die, we can't reuse it. So what do I do from there? So the idea here is we're going to get 20 off on everything on their board, and then we're going to snipe it for 50 damage each. There's also something to be said that this goes against that deck pretty well because it's one prizers. Not to mention, I guess we should focus on Volcanion Prism first. Jet Geyser, once during your turn, you may discard a water energy card from your hand. If you do, your opponent switches their active with one of their bench, so that's pretty nice. But Sonoblast does 100 damage, so if we attack a Jumpluff that has 70 HP, we will get a knockout on it. We'll spread 20 damage to all of the other Pokemon, and Jumpluff again has 70 HP, so if we have done 20 to each of them, then we're going to be able to do dual pump for a double knockout, and that just seems pretty good to me. So that's the idea here. We're going to combine these two together to try and beat that deck. Hopefully we don't prize any of the pieces, and it works out well. We're playing a copy of palkia-gx. I like this one a lot. Hydro Pressure does 60 plus. This does 20 more damage for times the amount of water energy attached to this Pokemon. So the idea here is to power this up with a bunch of energy attached to it, and you know, get a big one-hit knockout, and then probably die to a Lele the following turn. But still, regardless, Zero Vanish GX is probably the GX attack I want to use the most. But unfortunately, if we go against a deck that just really functions on double colorless energy, it's not the best GX attack, so we have other guys in the deck just for some backup. But shuffle all of your energy, all energy from each of your opponent's Pokemon in play into their deck. So That's great. That is nuts. If we go against another deck that really needs energy, if we go against like Rayquaza-GX and they have all the energy on the board, we just go, you have no energy. Haha. I like that. I do. I really do. So that's awesome. Spatial control, we get to move energy to him if we want to, but I don't think we're ever going to do that. We are playing a copy of Lapras. So Lapras is not as good as it used to be. I will say that. But there are some benefits. If we have to lead off with it, we can draw 3 cards. It's got 190 HP. It's not very one-shottable. And Grass isn't the most popular of types. Blizzard Burn does 160 damage. We won't be able to use the attack, or this Pokemon can't attack during the next turn. But 160 damage is pretty nice. And Ice Beam GX. So I guess ideally what I would want to do is bring up a tag team, paralyze it with this while getting 100 damage on the board, and on the following turn, Blizzard Burning it for a knockout ideally. So I think that's a pretty cool idea, just leaving them stuck there and then getting the knockout, taking 3 prizes. That's the ideal. Articuno is great, that's why we're playing 2 of in the deck, just in case we prize 1, but also because it's good. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects done the card does to your benched water Pokemon. So it can only affect Articuno, which is nice, and they can't Guzma anything up. So we're going to have to be careful with our Eevee Snorlax plays, but we should be fine to play around some stuff. But Cold Cyclone is definitely worth a mention. Does 70 damage. You get to move 2 water energy from this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon. One of your bench Pokemon. So what I like about this is, as long as we're not going against electric, we have a very, very feasible, turn 1, I'm going to survive, right? And then your second turn comes around, you attach a water energy, you get 70 damage off, and then you get to move this to the appropriate Pokemon you want to attack with. It's a free 70 damage, and you still have all the energy in play. I like it. And they can't touch anything on your bench yet, so they have to knock out Articuno. It's just super good. But again, in those electric-type matchups, probably don't be attaching the water energy. Articuno's probably going to die turn 1. And then we have Eevee Snorlax GX. So again, you're going to want to be cautious about playing this down. You want to play this down effectively when you have a baton, wishful baton play, or you have Snorlax. If you have Blastoise already established, so that way you can try and accelerate energy to it. Also, it's not for every matchup. Dump Truck Press does 120 plus 120 more if your opponent's active is an evolved Pokemon. So this is a great way to get one-shots on like Zoroark, Lycanroc, Golisopod, any of the evolutions, things like that. But Megaton Friends is a pretty good GX attack for the deck. With our only choice band in the deck, we will actually be able to use this in combination with it to hit Zekrom Pikachu tag team for a one-hit knockout. And I like that. I think we have some problems against Pikachu Zekrom due to the fact that we have a couple of guys in the deck actually weak to electric. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Plus, if we have the extra energy, we can draw until we have 10 cards in our hand, and that could help get some other stuff that we may need. As Pokemon Wishy-Washy GX, probably not the best one for the deck. I just like the possibility here. Blue Surge GX also can do enough damage with Choice Band to knock out Pikachu Zekrom, so I like that. Move all energy from this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. So ideally, we're just going to take a big knockout, move all the energy. Ideally, this hasn't taken any damage yet. We'll be able to survive a hit, and the idea is then to just Acerola it up. Just get it out of there. Don't want to see it no more. Acerola probably doesn't go well with Blastoise in general, but on the following turn, if we can Cynthia or something, put all the water energy back into the deck, then we can reuse Blastoise's ability, no problem. But I think it's also great for getting just Eevee Snorlax out of there too, because I mean, who wants to be giving up 3 prizes? We're gonna be I should probably go over for the items. We're gonna be playing 2 copies of Aqua Patch because I don't like running a water deck without it, but there's not really a need for it when we play Blastoise and Wishful Baton anyways. So ideally, we're gonna be keeping our energies in play, but we're not always gonna have the ideal, so we got 2 in there anyways. Plus, Volcanion's ability, we might have to lose some water energy. So, I mean, Aqua Patch, it seems pretty good. Play a copy of Palkia because I love this card. Goes into all my decks. 4 copies of Rare Candy because it's very crucial getting these Blastoise in play. Come on. 2 copies of Rescue Stretcher so we can reuse some of these one-off attackers, but also just to get the important Blastoise line back if we need be. 4 Ultra Ball because of our best search. Honestly, I mean, Nest Ball goes really well in this too, but we want to grab Blastoise, and we can't grab Blastoise with Nest Ball. If we didn't need Blastoise, I'd say just play 4 Nest Ball, you're good to go. We have Brooklyn Hill though, so this is going to ideally help us just search out all of our Pokemon. To the 2 copy Acerola just to, you know, not lose our guys if need be. I'd rather not lose some prizes. Discard 2 water energy cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck for 2 cards, put them into your hand. So Crash Your Wake works pretty well with getting Rare Candy Blastoise. Actually works well with getting 2 Aqua Patch. So if we go ahead and get rid of the 2 energy, we can double Aqua Patch, attach return. That's essentially 3 energy and play turn 1, and I really like that. I really do. 4 copies of Cynthia. It's the best draw support in the game. 3 copies of Guzma, just because we kind of need this to pull up our opponent's bench Pokemon. 2 copies of Lily. Try to get that turn 1 Lily. 1 copy of Choice Band because the deck really kind of just focused around getting energy in play and keeping energy in play. But again, we kind of need it to get one-hit KOs on certain things. So yeah. 3 copies of Wishful Baton because, I mean, I'd love to run the 4th one, but, you know, I think that's not really necessary. How many times can you get knocked out and it be too useful, right? So this will, when the Pokemon that it's attached to is knocked out, you get to move all the energy to one of your bench Pokemon. Or, well, 3 of the energy, not all of it, but it keeps the majority of our energy in play, so that's nice. And then we are playing 12 copies of Water Energies. So that's the deck. That's the idea. We're going to go get a game with it, see if it can work. If not, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It was just a fun deck, just to see if it could work. And there is a new ladder, and I'm excited to get some tag team packs for free. I think Plumeria Floor is like the new thing too, so that's pretty neat. Not that I really like playing Plumeria, but regardless. Heads, because I always pick heads with Totodile, and we will go first. And let's see if I have built the deck consistently enough to lead off with Squirtle and get that Articuno in play turn 1. This would have been a great hand if that was a Squirtle. Could have Ultra Balled, Acerola Water Energy, could have Aqua Patched, could have done some other cool stuff, but, and we could have Lilied turn 1. But, you know, doesn't always work out how we want it to. Alright, so we get the privilege of leading off with this big monstrous card right here. Alright, well, hand isn't too fantastic, that is for sure. But maybe we can do some stuff. So why don't we put down the Brooklyn Hill? I know it's going to help our opponent here, but I kind of need to get some stuff into play. So why not go grab Articuno? Do we grab Articuno first? Probably not. Let's grab Squirtle. Just because it's kind of important for the deck to work. I mean, this could have set up a play for them next turn, but we kind of need to get the Blastoise train rolling, and we will have at least Blastoise for the next turn. So let's just pass. Would love to grab something else, but we want to see what happens. We don't necessarily want to use the Ultra Ball now, grab the Blastoise. It says to our opponent, play a Buzzwole, play an Energy, bring it up, knock me out. So, unfortunately, yeah. Does, however, he have a 1? He does not have a 1 retreat cost, so that's nice. So he can't even do any sneaky plays with Guzma and Escape Board. So that's nice at the very least. And I don't think any of these guys necessarily do either. So we're sitting pretty. We're going to see a Shrine come down. So you think that they would have used Brooklet Hill at least once, but whatever. Oh. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get rid of you because you're not even necessary for me. We'll grab the Blastoise. We'll Rare Candy into Blastoise. Hopefully we'll hit 6 energy, right? Not 6. Hopefully we'll hit 3 energy out of the 6. That's what I meant to say. And let's go for it. So let's powerful Squall. We hit 0. How is that even possible? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think Buzzwole is going to knock us out next turn. So I'm going to leave Wishy-Washy there for a turn. Would have loved Acerola it already, but not hitting any energies whatsoever. Not very good. You know, the ideal is usually I got a pretty decent chance here. We've already played some of the cards in our deck. Why don't we grab some of that water energy? We didn't even discard any water energy. We haven't even seen one yet. And yet we still miss. But, you know, that's how Pokemon goes, I guess. So, you win some, you lose some. It's just very unfortunate. It really is. So, they're going to be able to make cargo for whatever card they're going to want. You know, it is what it is. And we're going to see another Sledgehammer for quite a lot of damage. But hopefully this turn, hopefully this goes how we want it to go. We're going to Brooklet Hill. Why don't we go ahead and grab... Would we want to grab a guy that could guarantee one-hit knockout if we manage to get the energy? Or do we want to do some other stuff? Maybe I want to use Volcanion Prism to attack, right? Put some damage down, maybe I could do some stuff. But why don't we grab a Squirtle? We're going to want to try and get another Blastoise in play so we can try and at least powerful Squall twice a turn. At the very least, we got 2. We hit 2. I'm okay with that. Why don't we go ahead and put that there and put another one there. I don't think that they're going to have a very easy time one-shotting us outside of some good luck and a lot of useful stuff. So why don't we Acerola, Wishy-Washy. I don't even know what I put up in the active at this point in time. Again, I don't think they're going to knock us out. And I don't think we want a Wishful Baton yet because they probably have Field Blowers in their deck. So there's always that to worry about. And we already played 3 items, so we don't want to be playing too many for Garbodor to just start one-shotting all of our, you know, big, bulky basics. So we're going to see the extra energy come down. I do believe if I did my math correctly, it still really can't one-shot us. I think it's shy 10 damage. Unless they're going to get the Kukui for turn. How do they draw into it, though? Interested to see what... Well, I mean, we don't get to see, unfortunately, what they're going to put on top of their deck, but it'd be interesting to be like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing next turn. Okay, I get it. Are they going to even try? Alright, well, we're going to go with that. And we survive. Oh, it flips 2, huh? Oh, so there was a possibility it could knock us out. Kind of forgot about that. So why don't we go ahead and go into our deck. I think maybe, I guess I can't grab that out, huh? Maybe we should grab Lapras because it can one-shot Buzzwole, and we can go ahead and Wishful Baton to Volcanion. And why not go for that big, powerful Sauna Blast? Woo! We do 20 damage to everything on the bench. Yay! I guess maybe at that point I probably should have grabbed Shining Volcanion, and then I could have sniped this one and like Trubbish for 2 prize turn. I mean, they would get their Beast Rings much sooner. But you know. We definitely have to watch out for that turn when they have the Sledgehammer for 120 damage. That's for sure. But yeah, not the worst so far. We're going to see another shrine come down. That's fine. They're eventually going to have to take multiple prizes anyways, so whatever, not a big deal. And we will have Buzzwole knock us out for maximum damage, 170. So why not go ahead and take all of these. Do I want to put them on Lapras at this point in time? Or do I want to put it on Blastoise? How many are in there? There's going to be 4 now. Why don't we put it on Blastoise and play a better prize game? I know we don't want to be attacking with it, but it's very unlikely for them to hit too much damage on us the next turn. So, yeah. Why don't we go ahead and use Powerful Squall, attach that to Lapras, just because we're really not drawing into anything I would necessarily want either, so that's unfortunate. But we'll Hydro Tackle. We'll take the 30 damage, but that's fine. We're going to get a knockout on that, and we don't have to worry about having Lapras up there. Again, we only have 4 in here, and they can't really put something in there, so I'm not really worried about Garbodor knocking us out because it really can't. So that's nice. They'd have to actually play like a Lowland Muck in this deck to knock me out. So they can only hit for 120. We'll have 10 HP left. We can get a knockout on this if we really wanted to. Not that we probably want to, but we can. And at least we have a Cynthia in hand now. So we can get a new hand and then Powerful Squall. I know it seems ideal to do it now, but we don't really have anything we want to be attaching those energies to. I don't even really want to be using Lapras in this matchup. I mean, the Shrine of Punishment's really doing a number on us, and I just wanted a guaranteed 1 hit on a Buzzwole. So, yeah. But this Buzzwole only has 120 HP right now because it put down a Rainbow Energy. So, see what we're going to want to do. I think ideally what I would want to see this turn is Guzma. I want to top deck a Guzma, just knock out Buzzwole. That's all I want to do. So that way Blastoise stays alive. Rare Candy is not that. So why don't we go ahead and Cynthia? I mean, so I could go ahead and get Blastoise in play. I don't think that's a bad idea. So let's go get rid of Wishy-Washy and probably Palpat at this point in time because we didn't really play too much anyways. And we will grab Blastoise, evolve into it this turn. We're going to want to knock out this anyways, so this is fine. We're going to be able to Powerful Squall twice, so hopefully we'll be able to set up Blastoise entirely. So let's go ahead and do so. We whiffed entirely. Fantastic. Why don't we Powerful Squall again? We hit 1. I guess if I had to assume, we're probably going to want to put it here because at least this can knock out this. So yeah, let's Hydro Tackle. I did my math wrong apparently, so I'm going to live just fine on this. But they might still be able to do something. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised to see some B-strings or something come into play at this point in time. We got a rare candy off of that, which is pretty okay. Lapras, however, is starting to stack up a lot of damage, which is just not very nice. We're going to see some more Macargo, I guess, come into play. I don't really necessarily know if... I mean, I guess at some point you probably want to just fodder off of Macargo. But yeah, I don't really necessarily know if I totally agree with that entirely. So, yeah. I guess there is something to be said that even though if we do take a knockout here, they still will be able to use B-String, so they could just be setting up Buzzwole B-String, stuff like that. But if they're just in top deck mode, they can't really draw cards anyways. So, I mean... we might be in a pretty good spot, honestly. They might be considering scooping here. Not the worst idea, I guess. We're actually going to see counter energy go on to Slugma. Interesting. Love to see what that would want to do. Would they want to get me stuck with Lapras in the active spot and then get a knockout, or I don't know. Well, we're gonna see Acrobike though, so they are gonna grab whatever they put on the top of their deck, get rid of the Nest Ball, which actually kind of sucks for them, because they would want to have used that Nest Ball to get another Buzzwole into play. But they are gonna instruct Oranguru and use it effectively here. So it's not the worst turn in the world for them. They really want that Buzzwole on the bench, and we're going to see a Lily. So that means we are safe to bring up Lapras the next turn. There's the Buzzwole. I was going to say hopefully they whiffed the Buzzwole, but they didn't. They did not play Beast Ring though, so that's nice to know. So go ahead and send up Lapras here. Lapras is in a bad spot. I'm not going to deny that. We are probably going to Cynthia, but why don't we do Powerful Squall first? 1 energy. Wow, we did it. I'm going to put on Blastoise. If I had more, I would have loved to put on Palkia, but I didn't have more. So how many energies are in our discard pile at this point? 3, not the best. We can at least attach for turn. I'm not really too worried about Garbodor coming into play at this point in time, honestly. So we could double Ultra Ball Guzma and grab something at least. What would we want to grab though? I guess just to thin the deck out at the very least, we want to grab something, so we can. How much energy do we have left? We have 4 energy left in the deck. So if I had a Wishful Baton, I might want to grab like. Oh, I probably don't want to grab that in general. That's gonna die to Buzzwole, but I don't know. We can try and get Squirtle into play, another Blastoise into play, I guess. So there is that. I really wish I had room for more water energy in the deck. Probably could just drop Wishy-Washy, honestly, but so we could lock them. It's not going to get a knockout, but they'd have to Guzma next turn, and they might want to like actually play a draw support like Cynthia or something next turn. So if we do lock them, forcing a Guzma might not be like the worst idea. I don't know. I think we want to take the knockout though. I really do. Really wish I had that Wishful Baton, because we're gonna lose these energies this turn probably, most likely. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. We have that 4th Blastoise in the deck, though. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the 4th Blastoise. I think it'd be good for matchups like this, but I think ideally you want to just, in other matchups, just use the other big guys. So I think I do think I want to remove Wishy-Washy already, though. It was in there for gimmicky, fun reason to begin with, so I really wasn't expecting it to be all too good. But yeah. So maybe it is actually going to try Magma Ring Lapras into the active spot, which is kind of funny, honestly. So, I mean, like... Oh, no, okay. Alright, well, they are going to Guzma up something. I'm very anxious to see what they're going to be Guzma-ing up. Okay, so they're going to pull up Palkia, probably because there's no energy on it. But we do have Guzma in hand. Regardless, I am going to Guzma next turn if I can. I mean, regardless, right? I need to knock out Buzzwole, so either I get energy on Blastoise here or what. But yeah, so let's go ahead and Brooklet Hill. We can grab Volcanion, Shiny Volcanion, maybe. Might not be the worst idea. We could pull up this, attack it for a knockout, and then we could. Oh, I mean, I don't know. But we will use Powerful Squall. We will grab the Water Energy. One will go on to Blastoise. One will go on to Shining Volcanion. We will Guzma up that and feed them the Blastoise because they're going to have a harder time knocking out Blastoise than anything else. And we'll get a knockout. We'll take a prize. You know, I think this is the first time it actually went against Shrine, Buzzwole, Garb. So I'm not sure if they play Beast Ring because I have not seen them discard one or play one or grab one. So that ship has sailed. So that's nice. And they don't have Beast Energy in the deck anymore because we knocked that out a long time ago. I'm going to knock out Trubbish. Again, I already said I'm not really afraid of Garbodor because I can just knock it out when it's a Trubbish before it can set up. So I wasn't really afraid of that. I mean, of course, we'd have to have the Guzma in hand, but we do. So that's nice. They would have to effectively judge us. And they already played Lily. I mean, I guess Marshadow could still technically come into play. They also didn't use Brooklet Hill, so they couldn't even grab Buzzwole. Not that I know if they play fourth one or if their fourth one is prize, but you think that they would have tried to do it at least, right? We're going to see Smooth Over. I don't know what they are going to intend on grabbing here. Maybe the Garbodor for next turn, but Trubbish is getting knocked out. They might actually just even scoop when they see us pull that up, so not looking too good for them. Why don't we go ahead and shuffle in some Pokemon. Let me just put that whole line back into the deck. And we can go ahead and Blizzard Burn for a knockout. I guess I probably should have Ice Beam GX'd, but I mean, come on, right? I can retreat this guy. Correct play would have been to go into Slugma and Magma Ring me because I really made a terrible mistake there, and you could have stalled for time. But yeah, I don't really think there was much you could do there. Surprised to say I won. Not really surprised. I think we played that pretty well, except for that last turn. That last turn was pretty terrible. So before we go and get a second game with this, let's go edit the deck really quick. Just because I don't necessarily think I really like the whole wishy-washy thing. I thought it was going to be fun. I thought I was going to love it. I thought it was going to be like, we got to knock out with wishy-washy. That's hilarious. Instead, I kind of was just like, why did I put wishy-washy in this deck? I mean, I kind of expected that to happen that way. But yeah, why don't we put an extra water energy and something else? Any other changes I might want to make? Probably drop an Acerola at that point. We can put another one in. I didn't even see Crash Awake at all, so I'm thinking about maybe just dropping that entirely too. I like the idea of it, I really do, but we didn't see it. So maybe we could go to third Aqua Patch just in case. I mean, we did see 3 energy into the discard pile of that game, so at the very least that is going to get it back, and then we can go up to the 14th water energy. I did notice we did whiff a lot on those Blastoises, and that just did not feel too good to me, so this one's probably more consistent. It's probably a little less fun because we took out some cool cards I really anticipated playing, but probably better now. And depending on the length of this one, this might be the final game. So, we lost the coin flip. You know, it's sad. It saddens me when I don't get to see my beautiful Totodile coin at the beginning of the game until I have to flip it later on. But, you know, it is what it is. You get to see this ugly Pikachu one, though. Alright, well, we have the optimal lead. We do. We have Squirtle. we will go ahead and, on our turn, Brooklet Hill for Articuno and free retreat into Articuno. So that's pretty good. Why don't we just leave it at that to make it look like we have a pretty bad hand? Oh boy, Buzzwole, my favorite. Awesome. I get to take 30 damage to the Squirtle regardless next turn. Fun. So we're going to see a Buzzgarb deck again. This is just like the popular archetype now. Oh no, everybody's playing Pika Zekrom. It counters it, I guess, because if they play the items, we hit them with Garbodor, and if they don't, we hit them with the Buzzwole. This isn't the best opening hand, though. So unfortunately, we have the Buzzwole, which Buzzwole's been dead for a while. I really was not expecting to run into Buzzwole decks, so I was kind of like, you know, this will be fun. I got 50 HP. All right, we will Brooklet Hill. We're 100% going to Brooklet Hill for that Articuno. Thankfully, we do play 2 in the deck because one of them is prize. We'll then retreat into Articuno because there's no way I am going to leave that up. We will go ahead and probably put down... I don't know if I want to put down Lapras yet. That's the thing. They're not going to be able to one-shot Articuno, so I feel comfortable doing that. Plus, it resists fighting, which is nice. We're only going to be taking 10 damage unless they put Beast Energy on it. Do I want to put down a Pokemon yet, though? That is pretty much the question. I think next turn I want to Ultra Ball Water Energy, maybe one of the guys in our hand, and try just to keep up Wartortle so we don't die. But I think that's our turn 1. So they can't Guzma, they can't knock out Squirtle this turn. The best that they can do to it is hit it for 30 and hit our active for 30. So that's about it. What is up with people not utilizing our stadium? It works for you. Like, do people not understand Brooklet Hill can work for them? Okay, you could have grabbed Baby Buzz or something, but I guess you really don't want to. Oh, yeah. I was like, why did it do more damage than I thought it was going to? Yeah, I forgot Diance's there, huh? Yeah, that's probably a big one. Yeah, probably. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I don't actually want to Ultra Ball the water. We will get rid of a Guzma and probably Shining Volcanion and grab Wartortle because we kind of need to do it. It's pretty necessary. Or we're going to get knocked out. At least we have 2 more turns with that, at the very least. Gonna go ahead and put Lapras in there. We're going to attach Articuno. We are going to Cold Cyclone. They can't pull any of us up. They have to attack Articuno again. And Lapras, hopefully, we can draw a supporter, an Energy, or a Blastoise, and get Lapras going. And Lapras can take a knockout on Buzzwole. It will open up Beast Ring, and I don't like that a lot, but as long as we can do some other things like keep our items in the discard pile to a minimum and whatnot, that's the ideal situation we'll be in. And him targeting Wartortle leaves Lapras pretty healthy, and I like that a lot. And, oh, for the love of God, thank you. We're at least hitting an Energy this turn for sure. I know that 100%. And, oh, I swear, if we whiff, yes, thank you. We will actually take all of that, and we will attach some of it to Blastoise, just so we can potentially attack with that. Why we could grab one of those guys back. I don't really want to stretch it for him, though. I don't think it's really necessary either. So here's the ideal play. We start GX attack here for a knockout, and then we can attack this for 190. But we have to attach the Choice Band now, and it's the only one in the deck. So if they Field Blower it, that's kind of gonna hurt a whole lot. but I think it's worth the risk. So we'll Ice Beam for the knockout. Yes, it's a waste. I know we didn't get to paralyze it. We just took a knockout. But next turn we can one-shot Buzzwole. And we have no fear of Garbodor right now. I don't really have the most fear of dying to Buzzwole. I mean, it can definitely happen. It really can. It 100% can. But yeah, I think that was our play to try and stay in this. So cross our fingers. Yes, it's actually going to work. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Maybe not put that down actually. Or do we? Do we? Yeah. Why not? Why not go for it? We'll get another Squirtle in play. Get that going. We can go ahead and drop the Articuno on the bench. I like that idea. I cannot believe that actually went through. I was fully intending on just dying. So I guess we Lily because it draws us 2 cards and there's no reason really not to. We can next turn Rare Candy Blastoise. I guess we can Powerful Squall this turn and try and get energy onto this one so we have a backup Blastoise. Like, not the worst, right? And we have Guzma in hand, so I'm not worried too much about like getting stuck with Articuno in the active, and we're getting a knockout. Did I secretly stumble onto like the greatest deck of all time? the deck that plays one choice man and managed to keep it hit against a Garbodor deck. Oh man. Yeah, see, like I said, I wasn't really too afraid of this. Regardless, we have an ability that gets us going. He just gave us game. Let's just be that guy that's just like, yeah, we're going all in. Why not? I'm playing all the cards. Screw the rules. I have money. What are we grabbing? What did I Ultra Ball? Oh, I just wanted to get the water energy into this card pile. Why don't we grab let's just like rub that in their face. Be like, look, you could have knocked this out, you fool. Well, Aqua Patch. Go ahead and put that on this guy right here. We'll throw you down. We'll do one of these. Just that guy. Put you guys in the deck. We'll Powerful Squall twice. Brooklet Hill. We'll grab a Squirtle. Going in this turn, I'm going to deck myself out. Oh, get no energy. Very nice. Very consistent. Just how I like my decks. Very inconsistent. Grab the 1 energy though. Grab that one beautiful 1 energy. Put it on him. We need to get that play. 100% need that play. How have we managed to get all of the knockouts with lapras-gx against 3 Buzzwole GXs? How is that possible? Lapras isn't dead. It's the best card in this deck. Alright, well, there goes my challenge. I forgot I even did that. I was like, well, if I'm going to be playing Blastoise, I probably should do this one. I love this deck. I truly love this deck. Yeah, why not? Let's go for another. Oh, I should probably do that one because it's easier to do. But, oh my god, I can't. Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to do some extra stuff at the end of this video. So you don't click around. Don't go anywhere right now. We're going to go open up a tag team booster for free. And we are actually going to do some other stuff while we're in the shop because I want to bring some attention to this Blastoise. So, after we just won some games I really didn't think we have any, chance of winning, this is a deck. This is the structure deck for Team Up. It comes with a really cool Holo Blastoise and a normal one, but at least you get the stuff for it. And it actually comes with 2 Cynthia in the deck, which is surprisingly really good because Cynthia is, has it gone up to 8? Has it dropped from 8? I mean, it's a $6 card regardless in my heart, but yeah, that's, I thought there was a way you could look at like the cards in it. But Yeah, it comes with 2 Cynthia and it comes with the Blastoise, so Blastoise can work. It can still work. With all that being said, let's buy this pack. Let's go pull a Blastoise. I'm not even opposed to that. Let's get it. You guys ready? Drum roll, please. I wish I really was good at drumming. And what do we get? A Nidoqueen. Nice. Do I have Nidoqueens? I have one. I got a team up one. Maybe Nidoqueen will be the next video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love this deck. I really do. We might revisit Blastoise. I don't know what to say. Sometimes when we powerful squalled, it really did not work out too well. Having multiple in play obviously is the best thing to do. I think we got extremely lucky with some stuff, especially when we had the wishy-washy in the deck. But yeah, I'm sure there's better ideas out there. I'm sure dropping this is probably a good idea. But I like this. I really do. So we'll probably revisit this in the future after I've actually sat down and tweaked the list for it and not just threw cards together. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And I'll see you guys next time.